I'm going to introduce next, and then the second challenge, Rodrigo will present. So
Perfect.
thank you, and thank you all the audience for joining us today. So at first, my name is Kyle. I am one of the project leaders at Nexa Resources, and I'd like to give you a little highlights of the company. As Sheldon told you, we are a global player and play an important role in the zinc market. We're the fifth largest zinc producer in the world. And one of the difference of Nexa is that we are operating fully integrating mining and smelting sites. So also I'd like to mention that we have a qualified team of R&D engineers in charge of find out new solutions, perform industrial trials, and not only do the technical analysis, but also to support startups and other companies to deploy their projects and possibilities into our operations. Next slide, please. So we are located basically in Brazil and Peru. We have a greenfield project around Europe and Americas. In my case, I'm in Brazil, but we're presenting a challenge applied to Peru and Brazil. Next slide, please. Starting with the first challenge, decarbonization is an important matter at Nexus. As diesel present is an important driver cost to our mining operations, and also is responsible for a relevant part of the greenhouse gas emission. So in order to mitigate the costs based on diesel and also reduce and curb the carbon emissions, we're looking for solutions that can be applied not only in underground vehicles, but in on-road trucks. So starting with the underground vehicles, just to giving you an overview. Next slide, please. Our mines are all underground operations. So our vehicles access the mine through a ramp, and we have development and ore extraction processes. So the main vehicles that consumes diesel are the off-road trucks and the scoops. On-road trucks, we're talking to the transportation of ore through our smelting units. So next slide, please. In underground vehicles, we have two classes that represent the higher levels of diesel consumption, which are the scoops and off-road trucks. So overall, Nexa has 38 scoops between Brazil and Peru, and 22 trucks. Both vehicles consume their diesel consumption is around 20 or 30 liters per hour on average. We listed to you the brands and the models that are used in our processes, and on average, we're consuming 6.2 millions of liters per year, which represents 15,000 tons of carbon dioxide per year of greenhouse gas emissions all the years. In this case, we're looking specifically to solutions that decrease in a relevant way the diesel consumption, at least by 10% or more, or around this number. And we're not looking for solutions that impact on the warranty or voiding the warranty or affecting the useful life of the engine. And a second item that we're not looking for at this moment is that solutions that means software routines. We're looking for innovative solutions of hardware and software. And also to validate these solutions, there are some features of our minings that are very specifically, such as moisture in the environment, dust, vibration, high temperatures, remembering that we're going 800 meters underground, a limited space. So we try to give you an overview of what you may face when you try to apply the solutions in our fleet. The next slide, please. The second part of the challenge is on-road. So as a supply chain, we demand trucks and lorries to transport ore and other raw materials used in our operations. And the diesel impact is the same. So it's the same technology, it affects our cost driver. So we're working to integrated with our contractors to decrease the emissions and try out new solutions in order to improve the environmental. So we would like also to try out new solutions based on diesel reduction and greenhouse gas emissions. And in this case, the overall fleet in Brazil and Peru is around 500 trucks. We have been carried out studies in Brazil and Peru with different technologies such as either hydrogen, biodiesel, and alternative fuels. And on average, their diesel consumption is around 0.5 liters per kilometer. And the distance that these trucks are moving are listed in one of the tables listed below. And the annual diesel consumption of this overall fleet is around almost 20 millions of liters, which represents 45,000 tons of carbon dioxide. Next slide.